Beginning in the 1970s as a mail-order catalog, the Surfcaster has long been known as the source for hard-to-find surf fishing gear, and I've been personally shopping with them since the 1980s. They offer honest advice and the best recommendations regardless of your experience level, and will tailor their suggestions to what you actually need.
As you would expect from a business that's been serving the surfcasting community for 50 years, their prices are competitive and delivery is always quick and secure. They want you to have the best possible experience in the surf and have the knowledge and inventory to put the right gear in your hands to make that happen. So check out the Surfcaster at www.thesurfcaster.com, and if you're in the area, stop into their brand new brick and mortar store in Shelton, Connecticut. So Pete, what have you been up to? What's going on?
What's up, fellas? I'm down here in sunny, a little too warm, mosquito-infested Florida, but it's beautiful. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the afternoon thunderstorms coming in.
Oh, nice.
Every day. But,
Yeah.
I'm down here getting my house set up for fishing season and fishing a lot, of course.
So you do guided and both hosted trips there, right?
Yeah, correct. I do during the winter time. I do daytime guides, and then I do like a bed and breakfast surfcasting lodge, and that's what's set up here right now. It's the first ever lodge dedicated just to the surfcaster. So beer, food, entertainment, the whole deal, and plenty of fish.
That's cool.
Striped bass
cool.
on the wall.
Yeah. I love how the mounts come out like 10 times bigger than they actually are when you're holding them.
Yeah.
It's great.
And that's a replica mount, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Before
Nice.
I forget, how can people get in contact with you if they wanted a guided trip or a host?
Right now, it's all going to be through my Instagram. You could go to phase-gear.com or on our webpage, and then just contact me. But you probably want to do it pretty soon as I put up some sort of advertising for it, because I've already got 8 of the 12 spots booked.
Nice. Nice.
I see. Good job.
What are you, because I know you're always after different things, and it really piques my curiosity. You're always after different species and stuff. Right now, what are you after? Can you talk about it? Like, I don't know if you're willing to even talk about what you're after, because I know sometimes you keep things pretty close to the vest, but what's up?
Well, I mean, I'm always targeting the tarpon just because I love them. But I'm now on a new quest to try and catch a permit, which I know nothing about, on a lure, which is I mean, they're aggressive fish, so it's a feasible thing, and there's a lot of them here. It's just another one of those getting myself into another puzzle disaster of where are these fish, how to get them. I don't want to catch a little one. I want to catch the one that's like this, and they're there because I have friends that do it, but it's going to be, I was fishing the other night and I lost half my Super Strike gold darters to the tarpon, which normally I'd be happy I'd be catching. And this time I'm hooking up going, oh no, not again.
So you're throwing darters at the permit?
Yeah, I'm throwing darters at the permit.
Shit.
So they have a crab hatch down here, and redfish. I mean, everything eats the crabs,
Yeah.
but the redfish and the permit especially like them. And I'm trying to find a way. I guess the way they eat, which I don't really know yet because I haven't spent enough time. But they'll ride the seam of the rips, waiting for whatever's getting flushed out, and they want to hit a crab. So if you throw anything that digs too deep or is too erratic, they won't hit it. But a Super Strike darter, you could get them on the way out the inlet, right when you first engage it before it really starts going. And then again when it pulls into the eddy. So you have like 3 chances to get them, but if the tarpon sees that thing, he's eating it. Like, oh no.
Wow.
That's sick. That's so sick. That's so sick. That's really cool.
It's a tough problem to have that too many tarpon are getting on your plugs instead of.
I said it the other night. I'm like, this is normally what I want, but every time I got that dump, my hair would stand up. I'm like, is this it? And then someone come flying out of the water, and I'm trying to pull the plug away because my line's too light. It's gonna. Yeah, but it's fun.
That's fantastic.
Oh.
That's fantastic, Pete. It's so good.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Before I forget, this is really exciting news too. And I was going to do it at the beginning. I forgot. Your shirt made me think of it. You actually have a brand new surf top too. You want to promote real quick, and it's coming out like right now, or just came out, right?
Yep, It's called the Eclipse. It's the Surf Eclipse, and it's a 100% waterproof, breathable, lightweight surf top dedicated to the surfcasters, made by a surfcaster. I mean, you hear that all the time, like made for fishermen by fishermen, but this is one made for us, literally for us. That's all it is. It's no bells and whistles. It's everything you want. It's light, it's durable, it breathes, it covers you when you take a wave straight to the face, but it's not choking you out. The cuffs are made so that when you release a fish, you never get water up it. Guys don't realize sometimes too, you have a surf top that's too tight when you cast. That's why you get fatigued at the end of the night. So we've extended the arms on them, so it's a casting system. So when you cast, it's really, really cool.
Nice.
Cool. Cool. And I'm assuming they can check out Instagram as well for this, and the website.
Yeah, or Phase-Gear. We'll have a very limited number that we're doing on pre-sale, and then we'll go from there. But they're pretty cool. If you check out any of the pictures for the last year and a half, we've been testing them all over the world. We wanted the ultimate surf top for us.
Cool. Very cool. Well, speaking of ultimate, today we're going to briefly talk about personal best, because you and I were speaking on the phone the other day, and this kind of came up naturally. And so my first question for you is, Pete, what does it mean? What do you think? What's the first thing you kind of think of when I say, Pete, I've really been hunting for my personal best? What does it make you think of? I'm just curious. Word association.
I would think personal best is when you see a fish that gives you satisfaction for whatever that is. Personal best, like I always say, relative to where you're fishing. But now the more I fish in other places, personal best could be personal best on a fly, personal best on a lure, personal best on an eel. Whatever gives you the satisfaction when you look down and you say, excuse my language, but fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, look, yeah, I did it. Like that's to me is a personal best, but it also then makes you realize that you got to beat that. So it's a little bit of frustration too, because you're like, yes, I did it. Oh shit, I could do better.
Yeah, I just reset the bar.
Dude, well, so that actually makes me think of an interesting question. We're all, we're not all. I'm not going to go that. A lot of us are searching for personal best perpetually. But do you think searching for personal bests all the time is good for you as an angler? I don't know the answer to this question. I'm just curious.
I don't know the answer to that either. Okay. I guess it's maddening, and that you bring that up is interesting, because I talked to somebody earlier in the year that asked me some advice, just basic fishing stuff. I was like, listen, I'm on this class of fish that are 30 to 40 pound bass, and I can't get one over whatever 40 something pounds. I've been on them for 3 weeks. Should I move? And I'm like, no way. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, that's epic. That's epic fishing, whatever body of fish you're on, wherever you are. But that comes back to, like, does that searching for a personal best? Now you leave those fish, and what happens? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, catch nothing. It's probably what happens.
Yeah, right. Yeah, try to improve on that.
So, if I'm hunting for my personal best striper, what's a couple pieces of advice you would give me without knowing what I'm hunting for? Are there some general pieces of advice?
Yeah, I would say, for me, I would say you got to get a location that you know like the back of your hand, right? So you know what's in that location. So you got to know if your personal best is going to be there, whatever it is. I would say you got to be in a location where nobody else is there, because that's the only chance you're going to get your personal best. There's nothing worse than watching somebody else catch your fish, unless it's your fishing partner, and then you still kind of want to beat them a little bit. But I mean, that's
not quite as bad, but yeah.
Not quite as bad as like seeing like a guy two guys down from you catch it.
Yeah.
So I would think I think most thing is just the location of knowing that your personal best is gonna be there. Like you can't go searching for like the ultimate bacon cheeseburger at a pizza place, or something like that. Like the chance that you're gonna walk in there and get a really good bacon cheeseburger, yeah, maybe there's gonna be a Wednesday special one time in the next 8 years, but it's a pizza place. They're gonna serve pizza.
Hmm.
So I think that's kind of like I want to know that they're there, whatever my personal best is.
That's a great point. So then, are you? We may have asked this before, but I don't think so. Are you then in the camp of picking some place that makes logistical sense? It's like easier to access for me. It's kind of closer to my house, and just fishing it to death. Or are you more about because last time we talked about jumping spots. Or are you
Yeah.
more in the camp of like fish a place that's well known producer? Where do you fall on that?
I, I wouldn't fish a well-known producer. I would fish a spot that I know holds the caliber fish that I'm looking for. Whatever that is. But I'm not going to go fish a back bay spot looking for a 60-pound fish unless I mean I'm not going to go fish a drain that's got like 3 feet of water in it and hope that I'm going to catch a 50-pound fish because somebody caught one there like 10 years ago or whatever. I'm going to fish a spot that I know a group of really big fish likes to be.
Hmm.
Right? That's where I'm going to put my time because I know they're there. Now it's just it's on me to put the pieces together of when they're there, when I could access them, when they're going to eat. Can I hook them? Can I keep them out of structure? All these different things for whatever that personal best is, be it a tarpon, be it a bass, be it whatever.
So when you're saying, as I'm listening to you go through this and build it out that spot that you know by saying no, they're going to be. You mean based on your experience is like you've gotten to a consistency of a certain productivity at the spot. So you're like, all right, the potential is now built into the spot. Now I need to take that next step and like fully maximize. Is that kind of like where you're going with that?
Yeah, yeah. Say we're talking striped bass, and I'm fishing an area, and I'm consistently year after year catching quality fish. Now I'm going to try and say, okay, this is a spot I think I can catch quality fish at. Now I want to fish the quality time in that location and look for that one fish until I've then spent enough time where I've decided, all right, it's just not going to happen for me, or I'm getting closer. And that's when the maddening starts in. Like every fish you hook, like, oh, dude, that was the one. Then it's like, I gotta go back. I gotta be here. And then you concentrate just on that one area. Because how many really productive windows do we have? There's not a lot over time. When you think about your work schedule, the whatever's happening out there, it's not that much. Like when the bait's in our area that's going to give that big fish a chance to eat, windows are tiny. You can't
Yes.
be all over the place. I do like bouncing spots, but you can't be I can't be in Rhode Island, Boston, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey all in one night. I have to be in one set location for a small amount of time. And how big are our big fish windows? Not that big.
Hmm.
So, if I'm someone who is listening to this and going, okay, personal best, want to take it to the next level, Pete's saying that I got to hunt my spot, but I'm kind of starting out and I don't really know how do I figure out if my spot is any good? Is it something that you know in your gut? Is it something that you know based on a tide? Is it something you know based on experience? I'm trying to figure out if my spot is any good or I'm wasting my time.
Well, I mean, all right. So this is going to sound silly, but every time you go fishing, as everybody knows, it's cliche, but it's never wasting time because you learn something. Like even the other night, I learned how these stupid crabs swim by not being able to catch any fish, and then going to talk to the guys at No Live Bait Needed, where I talked to one of my friends who makes the lures, and he's like, no, they swim sideways like this, and but I saw that, like I saw the paddle he was talking about, and I'm like, oh, now I didn't catch any permit, but by seeing that I didn't catch any permit and talking to somebody who knew a little bit about it, I now know how the crabs actually swim and whatever. So no, it's never a waste of time, but you're only going to learn by putting the time in. So you can go to your three spots and you should be able to, after a year or two or three, figure out this is a spot that has potential for big fish or it doesn't.
Yeah. So it feels like spending a lot of time and investing a lot of time and also failing is an important part of catching your personal best. Is that fair?
By far the biggest. There's no question about it. It's all the spidey sense that tells you this is the window it's going to happen because it's happened before. I think we talked about it last time. You can almost count it off in your head. Cranks on a reel at a certain window at a certain time because of a smell, because of the sweat coming off you on a fucking inky, nasty night as you swat the mosquitoes. 3 cranks in as it swims past. Hey man, it's that current's still moving, but it ain't moving. Oh, and you miss it, and you're like, oh, that wasn't a 28-pound fish. I don't care. I didn't hook that thing sideways. It almost ripped the rod out of my hands. I'm 180 pounds. My cleats just went. That was a big one. Like, all right, circle that spot. That one's going to hold a big one. And if you put enough time in that spot, if it doesn't happen 3 years, then yeah, okay, maybe I was lucky. Probably not. You're gonna hook that one of those fish that's in there and get them.
What would you say would be I wouldn't say the most common, but a pretty common mistake maybe that people make if this is what they're doing? They're trying to get that personal best. Like, what's something that they're probably doing that maybe they could not so much easily eliminate, but they should work at eliminating or reducing as they're out there?
My biggest mistake that I've made for big fish is chasing bites. Not chasing people's bites, which is the worst thing you could do as a surfcaster, but legit chasing bites. Like knowing that 7-8 years ago in Montauk on the south side in August, if I worked really hard, I could possibly get my personal best, or I could shoot to the Cape Cod Canal. I know it's teeing off and I'd most likely get my personal best because they're jammed in that little canal. But by chasing that, I missed that window I had at Montauk or wherever. So as soon as you leave something that your gut's telling you to stay, to go and do something else, you're missing something. You're going to lose. It's like it's weird, but it's this huge puzzle. And you get that box and you throw it all over the place. And it doesn't make any sense. But as it starts coming together, every piece that you find closer to the end is so integral to putting that together. You're like, shit, that piece might have only been that I had to be 20 yards down, or holy shit, that squid not bunker, or whatever you're seeing that puts it together. And then finally the last piece goes in, you go, oh, but if you weren't there, you missed all those pieces because you're going chasing something else. And I've done it so many times where I'm like, oh, I wish I was there to see at least what was going on, but I wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm guilty of this. I don't know, Toby, you seem to be a lot better at this, but I'm guilty of that too. Like trying to, like, things that have happened before or things that are hypothetical and chasing after that. You're not chasing after someone else's fish, but you're chasing after this like hypothetical bite instead of being like, no, I'm going to buckle down because I'm probably going to skunk here. But if I skunk, personal best. Versus if I'm running around here and there trying to relive hopes and dreams, and like it's not happening, and I'm even more likely to skunk, and also even if I don't skunk, I'm less likely to hit my personal best, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that definitely seems to be part of it. So personal best striped bass, spending a lot of time, risking failing, focusing in on your locations. Is there any other component that you're like, no, and then you also need this? Is there something else that you're like, if you're really hunting your personal best, or is it really just that? I mean, obviously, there's like, you want to have a strong leader and take care of your gear and stuff, but is there something else besides that?
No, just putting the time in areas that you think is going to hold a fish, and it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen that first time those fish are in front of you, because you're gonna get straightened out. You're gonna get broke off. You're gonna get heartbroken when somebody else catches that fish that was there 3 days after you were there, that you talked to because he's part of the crew but not part of the crew, because we all have the crew that's not the crew you don't tell everything to. But I mean, it's just it's gonna happen. But those are the pieces, like the pieces to a puzzle or whatever. I carry a bag and I put everything in the bag, and when I need it I dump it out. Is all these little things it's just putting the time in over and over in a spot that's going to hold that big fish, whatever your big fish is. and you're gonna get it. It's fishing, dude. That's why it's fishing's great. Is we all can achieve whatever goal you want, because it's fishing. It's us versus a fish. We're bigger, we're smarter. It's just putting the time in and being able to not give up when it gets really hard, because it's always going to get really hard. It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah.
So I can almost hear a few of the listeners right now, and they're going, "That's fine, Pete, because you're an exceptional angler. That's fine, Toby, because you're an exceptional angler. That's fine, Jerry, you're a pretty good angler." See, I won't say it about myself. I can't bring myself to say it. But I'm still trying to break 20 pounds. I'm still trying to break 20. You're talking about 50s and 60s. That's all working hard and fishing 7 days a week. But I have soccer practice and baseball and a job where I have to run numbers, and if I don't, people die. I just want to break 20 pounds. Is there a difference, or is there not a difference?
No, I don't think there's a difference at all.
I agree.
Then it's whatever your personal best is. It's fine, and that's fine. And it's if it's 20 pounds, then go to an area that has a lot of fish that are over 20 pounds, or has had consistent fish caught that are 20 pounds. You know what I mean? It's whatever it is, whatever your personal best is. It's just putting your time in a spot that thing's going to be there.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's constantly growing and evolving that personal best, and like you said, you eclipse it, and that just resets it, and then it just resets it. So I mean, all of us have been at that. 5 pounds was our personal best at one point, and then worked his way along. And I mean, as Jerry and I have said, we miss those days to a large degree.
Don't you miss those days, Pete?
Big time. But that's honestly, what I was talking to you the other day when I was talking to, and now I've talked to a couple people about this stupid permit. It's the next. I just found myself walking, however far, looking for these access to this spot that might have them because the crabs are coming. But I miss like the enjoyment now. I find crabs at a bridge. And I'm like, yeah, it's more. That's like better than me catching a really big bass, because I was lucky enough to fish spots that had really big bass, but I never fished a spot that had permit, and I never seen crabs flush out. But that's I found a piece of a puzzle. Like, it's a new puzzle you move to. I do miss that, but when you go to different species, different locations, you know how it is, Jerry. You pick up that stupid fly rod. There's another one. Personal best on a fly rod. Personal best on a fly you tied. That's why fishing's great. It's always fluid. It's always changing. And if you constantly are doing that, you're always having fun.
Yeah. I think for me, the fly rod was a huge one, but I think also personal best from a specific spot has been one that as I've grown and evolved and gotten to this certain level, I've started wanting certain size from a certain place. And I think that's when things get interesting, because not every place has the same expectation. And you start getting into this like weird, it's a toxic thing actually, I think, where you're like starting to apply your standards for these spots to this spot, and knowing that you've now, infinitesimal amount of tiny little chance of catching a 50 ever, but now you applied it to this spot where you haven't even broke 30 yet, and it becomes like, so tiny chance. So yeah. But I think if you can chase a personal best without it becoming an obsessive, toxic thing, you can be obsessive. That's fun too,
Yeah.
but not toxic.
Yeah, without being avoid the danger level of it.
Yeah, it can be one. It can keep you in the game forever, because if you kind of get into like I'm catching 30 pounders, I'm gonna be derogatory to some people, so I'm sorry if this is you, but I'm going to catch 30 pounders on my eels, my live eels, season after season after season. It can get stale. And if you love that, awesome. Great. I'm actually jealous. But I think if you found that, I've been catching 25s on my super strikes over and over, and it's starting to get stale, chase something else. Try to determine a different personal best. Right, Pete? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, look at my fishing partner, Chris Voorhees, right? So the guy's caught so many gigantic fish, it doesn't matter. Like we talked about it the other day. He's like, if he wrote some of the stuff down, you wouldn't believe it, but it doesn't matter. He goes out and has more enjoyment catching stuff on his lures when he knows they'll eat something else, but that keeps him, and it's not even, he'll have different new lures that no one's ever seen, and I'm like, why are you still like, he wants to throw something different. I'm like, but they're eating this. And you could catch nope,
Exactly.
because it's action when he catches one on his new needle or his this or that, it keeps it fresh for him. It's never stale. Like, and I see that in him, and I feel that he's chasing his personal best on that lure or whatever he has, and it keeps it. It's the smile on his face when he gets one on his shit is it's just way better, and it's always evolving for fishing. And he doesn't care if he caught a 28-pounder on a needle or whatever. Nobody wants to hear how big it was on a eel jig or a sluggo. He's constantly finding new ways to enjoy fishing.
Yeah,
which
that's
is cool.
a great example. That's a perfect example, in fact. So, thanks, Pete. We are out of time today. What a great way to wrap it up. That is a perfect example of what we're talking about. We encourage everybody to check out Phase-Gear on Instagram, and they can find out more about the upcoming Surf Top, which actually may be out just prior to this. So it might already be out, so go find it now, because it might be sold out by the time this comes out, but we'll see.
Not many of them.
Yeah, not many of them. So, and make sure you reach out to Pete if you are interested in these Florida adventures, because based on what he's told me on the phone, there are endless adventures to be had. So very, very cool. Thanks so much for coming on today, Pete. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate the time today, Pete, for sure.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I love talking with you. It's always fun. Time goes like this.
Yeah, we'll talk again soon. This has been a weekly edition of the Surfcast Podcast. You can find out more about the podcast at surfcastpodcast.com, or definitely check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, at the Surfcast Podcast.